Good morning, 7:38 at AM 990 KWAM. It's Memphis This Morning. Tuesday morning. It's already heating up. 80 degrees for this July the 19th. Let's talk growth. Triumph Bank. Tracy Strickland and her guests here, and your host, George Bryan.
Thank you, John, and welcome to our studios on a Tuesday. And Tracy, you brought the heat.
Good morning. I am so sorry, but it is definitely summertime. We cannot escape it. Our team was enjoying a night on one of those hospitality decks at the Levitt Shell Sunday
Love
night.
it. Yeah.
And it said 0% chance of rain the entire night, and then all of a sudden it just started raining. But I tell you, finally let the heat break for a second, and we enjoyed a great night with music.
Summertime pop-up showers.
But we have a special guest with us this
we got
morning.
a special guest. I think this is a return engagement. Catherine Duncan, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
She was so good the first time, so you had to come back.
I have to come back for more.
Yeah.
Encore.
Yeah.
No, this is really great. We love it. Let's Talk Growth is with Triumph Bank, one of your great local community banks, and this is a time we get to spend to kind of look behind the scene a little bit about a local company that is giving back in the community, but also how the employees, the culture inside the bank. And I think, Catherine, you have a great view since you're VP over Human Resources.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah. So how long have you been with the bank?
I actually started with Triumph in 2009, so a little over 6.5 years now. Have done a little bit of everything in the bank. I started off as a teller and worked my way up, which tells how important it is for our employees to be promoted internally. So we're really big on internal promotion.
That is really good. And so you started as a teller. How'd you? So you just fell into the business of banking?
I fell into the role, completely changed careers. I was working as a paralegal for a while, which is they found out about me doing the paralegal work, so that's why they said, "Why don't you come on and take over Human Resources?"
Yeah.
So I took over Human Resources in 2012, and it's been a great career move. Love every bit of it. I really like the fact that I get to meet and know all of the employees, and I'm constantly meeting new people every day. So.
You know what's really unique about that is that of course you do have a big vision now of all the employees' jobs and how important that they are, and then you see the culture going on. But you're in a unique situation. This is not like any other bank, and I know you probably see that. How do you stay in touch with all the employees?
Well, we do a lot of communication via email. I mean, nowadays that's probably the best thing. I try to get out and see some of the offices more often now than I used to, because every time I walk in the building, they're like, "Uh-oh, is somebody going to get fired today?"
Yeah, here she comes.
Here comes Catherine.
So it's like, as long as she doesn't have a box, we're good. But no, I try to get out and see more people more often, and then they're not as worried when I walk in the door.
With the boxes, the move-out box?
That's right. We don't like doing that.
No.
That doesn't happen very often.
We're talking with Catherine Duncan, the Executive Vice President for Human Resources at Triumph Bank. Let's Talk Growth. Our host, Tracy Strickland. We're going to be right back, and we're going to talk about some other really cool, unique things that they're doing at Triumph Bank. You're listening to AM 990.
KWAM, it's Memphis This Morning. Let's Talk Growth. Triumph Bank, Tracy Strickland and her guests, and your host, George Bryan.
Thank you, John, and welcome back. Let's Talk Growth with our host. Should that be hostess?
Hostess.
Hostess.
I don't know.
Tracy Strickland.
So now I love being here, and I love having Catherine here because she gives such a great, real perspective of, just the culture we try to form, and what was neat is when we started 10 years ago, neither one of us were here, but they had 14 employees. Now we're at 105, right, Kat?
Yep,
wow.
And so when she started 6 years ago, how many employees do you think we had at the team then?
I feel like we were probably in our 40s, like low 40s.
Yeah. So we've just seen this boom, as we've helped more customers. Clearly, we need more team members to support all that. And we were talking yesterday, and I think working at Triumph, I think it's just that day-to-day. We're here working, we're getting our stuff done. But the things that we do to try to make it special, and the things that the board and the executive team do to help support us. I mean, Catherine and I are both talking. We're both, working moms, and being able to have flexibility and being able to have a team, executive team that, values our hard work, and gives us that kind of freedom to, do our job, and makes us proud to work here. So I was going to have Catherine share a little bit about some of the perks I feel like we've got.
The more often I'm getting out and meeting people, and I'm doing more interviews because we're growing so quickly. What I've found out is that these millennials that are coming into our workforce, well, some of them have been in the workforce for a little bit because it's those people that were born between 80 and 95.
Right.
They're coming in, and what I've found is they're more concerned with their flexibility than they are their actual salary. So they're not as concerned about making the big bucks as they are being able to have that flexible work family life,
right.
Or whatever it is that they want to do, to be able to have remote access into the bank, to be able to go to that doctor's appointment or that kid's play. And I have 5 children, and so I'm really, really busy outside of work too.
I guess so.
But I'm allowed I'm allowed that flexibility through work.
Yep.
They know as long as you're doing what your job expectations are, what you're expected to do, they're going to award you that flexibility. And that's just one of the things that makes Triumph such a good place to work.
And you have some openings.
I do.
It sounds like a great place to come to work.
I do. Yeah, I have a Travis Chapman, who's the president of our mortgage division. He called me the other day. He said, "I need more processors. We're so busy." So I'm looking for 2 mortgage processors. I'm also looking for a part-time person. We don't have a part-time position open very often, and so I do have a part-time. It's a 20-hour-a-week job in our operations center doing BSA and compliance. It's real interesting if you like to go it through and audit particular documents. And then we also have some universal banker positions available. So that's a retail spot that where you work as a teller and open accounts and things of that nature. So,
Man, that's incredible. How could they get in touch with you about those jobs?
They can contact me directly at 901-333-8841, or they can email me at Catherine@triumphbank.com.
That is awesome. Catherine Duncan, Executive Vice President for Human Resources with Triumph Bank. We are going to, so you can get a
little promotion here.
Go.
Yeah.
She just did.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just got a promotion.
Got a big promotion right here, sitting here in the interview. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about another way that you honor the employees at Triumph Bank. You're listening to AM 990.
Good morning, 7:52 at AM 990 KWAM. It's Memphis This Morning. As we continue, Let's Talk Growth. Triumph Bank, Tracy Strickland and her guests. Here's your host, George Bryant.
Thank you, John, and welcome back to our studios, our special day where we turn our spotlight on one of our business partners, Triumph Bank, with our special host, Tracy Strickland.
George. Well, last time we had Catherine in, I guess it was one of our first shows, probably our 4th or 5th show that we did earlier in the spring. 2.5 years ago, we started a new recognition program for our team called the Employee of the Quarter, and it just recognizes that employee that's gone above and beyond, and we allow our team to nominate those people they work with that have just gone above the call of duty. And I wanted Catherine to share who our Employee of the Quarter is this quarter, and maybe read a comment or two about the great things she's done.
Yes, thanks, Tracy, and thanks for having me again. We have the Employee of the Quarter this quarter. Her name is Barbara Hampton, and she is in our mortgage department. She's the production assistant to Ryan Guess, and she's been with Triumph since we acquired the mortgage department back in 2013. So she's probably, I don't know exactly how long she's been with Ryan, but she's been with them for a while. I don't really know what he'd do without her, actually. She takes applications, she meets with clients, she reviews all documentation before a loan is submitted to processing and underwriting, and she loves talking and meeting with clients and getting to know them and their needs. She's actually married to her high school sweetheart, Henry. We were just talking about that. And has 1 son and 2 grandsons. And in her free time, she likes to spend time with her family, go to the lake, fish, and learn sign language. So that's something very interesting about Barbara. So like Tracy was saying, we do an Employee of the Quarter, and all of our employees have an opportunity over like a 2-week period to nominate one of their peers. And Tracy and I get to, with 2 other employees, our COO and our president, get to vote on the Employee of the Quarter. And seeing the things that come in about these people and what our employees are saying about their peers, it's just great. It really
I bet that's a great way for you to kind of get an insight on how people are coming coming off.
People just want to be praised for a job well done, right? And we even stated in our monthly newsletter at least who was nominated. So even, somebody took the time just to say, hey, Mike did a great job or Catherine did a great job. But Ryan was on our show a few weeks ago and actually mentioned Barbara.
I was about to say when she was talking.
And there was that middle remark. I mean, it's completely glowing about how she goes the extra mile.
Yeah, they say one of the comments that we received on Barbara's nomination said she is able to handle up to 30 mortgage loans at a time while delivering outstanding customer service to her clients. I have several notes from happy clients all praising Barbara for her wonderful can-do attitude as well as the patience she displays in explaining the mortgage process to each and every client. She's extremely valuable, and she's an extremely valuable employee to the mortgage division and has contributed greatly to our overall loan growth.
And that's incredible. Yeah. And especially in the mortgage department, I understand that it's so much more complicated. There's a lot of paperwork, and for her to take that time for people, it's easy if we're in a busy world to just kind of, hey, okay, I'll do it, push it off and not keep the client as abreast of what's going on.
Sometimes with that mortgage client, you're going to be with them that one time for that one transaction. It may be 10 years before they want to buy another home. So the fact that she goes that extra mile for that one, closing. She's got a beautiful heart. Her dad was a longtime veteran. I think he's still alive in his mid-90s, and she's just an awesome lady. We're proud to have her as a member of the team.
Triumph Bank, they've got a great team. It's a awesome local community bank.
Come check us out, triumphbank.com.
Call them, too.
Yeah.
What's your number? 333-8800. There you go. Give them a call. Thank you so much, Tracy, Catherine, for being in.
Thank you.
You're listening to AM 990.